It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Vale of Glamorgan Brewery, and it's their Red Right Hand dry hopped Imperial Red IPA, coming in at 7% ABV and 60 IBUs. I am loving this step change from this brewery. I have been reviewing this brewery's beers for at least 7, going on 8 years now, and the difference is staggering, absolutely staggering. I've just finished reviewing their Speakeasy Session IPA, which was lovely in a can, and I cannot wait. If this tastes as good as it looks, it's going to be phenomenal. Love it. Let's get the can out into a glass, see what we get. This brewery is my local brewery. You couldn't get a brewery closer to my home. It's less than a mile away from me. I'm so excited to see that them producing just these fabulous looking cans. I hope the beer tastes as good as I mentioned as that can looks. I hope it all kind of comes together. The proof is in the tasting. Let's crack on. So, beer in the glass is created, this 7% ABV beer has created a 3-finger, slightly off-white head with lovely deep red, kind of maybe mahogany brown colours for the beer. Slightly hazy brew, which is the kind of the way beers are going these days, especially these new world beers. People don't bat an eyelid anymore that these beers are hazy. I think it's fantastic. I think you're leaving the flavour in the beer, personally. Aroma. My goodness me. You know, the aroma is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm going to get very excited about this beer, I think. Disclaimer, I know it's my local brewery. I couldn't care if they were next door. I couldn't care if they were 56,000 miles away. If the beer's good, the beer's good. If the beer's bad, the beer's bad. I'm an independent beer reviewer. That's it. I can be very harsh at times. I can be very kind of loving at times. It's all depending on what the beer's like. So that's just a little disclaimer from me. But it smells fantastic. There's that lovely red malt aroma that comes through, biscuity, bready notes coming through, and a wonderful jammy, tarty, marmaladey, grapefruity, citrus aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers. Fabulous. Absolutely, hands down, fabulous beer. It's super smooth as the beer slides down, but it still has a tickle of carbonation. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, what a fantastic beer I've got in my hand. What makes this beer pop and it gives us this kind of zestiness, and the beer's on a platform that it's basically the red malts, pardon me. The red malts in the beer are just putting the hops on a wonderful platform to sing and dance, if you like. It's got the malt is shining the spotlight on the hops in this beer. What do I mean by that? It just gives it a base. It's biscuity, it's bready, slightly nutty, and then you have this just wonderful creamy depth of a mouthfeel. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And then on the back end, whoosh, there it comes. That grapefruit, that pine, that citrusiness, that mango. It's a fabulous beer. I'm so excited, because I've been reviewing beer for 7, nearly 8 years now on YouTube, and to be able to get beers like this up until only a few years ago, it's been a real struggle. I'll be honest with you, it's been a real struggle. I've had to to travel the world and to travel the length and the depth of this island to get beers of this quality. This is your Magic Rock quality. This is your Beavertown, your Cloudwater. It's a mile away. It's a mile away from my home. Stone the Crows. Thank you, Vale of Glamorgan Brewery, so I can jump on my bicycle on a Saturday morning. I got a little bread basket thingy on the front of my bike, and I'm gonna ride over. I got one on the rear as well, and I got a couple of bags on the back of my bike as well. So Vale of Glamorgan Brewery, I'm coming on my bike. I'm gonna fill up with all this juicy, lovely beer. It's about time, really. It really is about time. I think what they've done here, and I'm going to be slightly controversial, I think they've possibly stepped into Tiny Rebel's boots. The ones Tiny Rebel didn't want anymore. The ones they decided to take them off and thought, you know, we don't need these shoes anymore. We don't need these boots anymore. We're gonna go in this direction. And it's still a relatively small brewery. Tiny Rebel have just opened this kind of like crazy 4 or 5 million plant. I don't despise it. I don't. I've got nothing against it. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well done, Tiny Rebel. But in growing, their beers are still very good. But I don't think they're as great as they were since they've kind of grown into this massive kind of big brewery. And I think somebody's just stepped into their shoes, and it could be my local brewery. How exciting is that? How exciting. This then is the brewery for me to watch. Keep an eye out for Vale of Glamorgan Brewery wherever you are in the UK. Try and buy this online. This is fantastic. I'm gonna rate it. Rock the beer back and forth. Check that out. Small levels of carbonation, chasing that head of the glass. Wonderful look to the beer. Wonderful smell. Wonderful aroma. Fantastic taste. That, for me, is Omnipolo, Beavertown, Cloudwater, Verdant, Magic Rock, on my flipping doorstep. Red right hand. 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Please subscribe. And cheers. Got that ending all wrong.